So the amiable. Going deep with the amiable is interesting because the amiable is such an intriguing personality. We as amiables, again, are one of our greatest strengths is our concern and compassion for people. One of our greatest weaknesses is our concern and compassion for people. One of our greatest strengths is our tenacity. We set our mind to do something and we do it. One of our greatest weaknesses would be maybe we're a tad stubborn at times. Why are we stubborn? It's because we go along so much with people, and so we may not have a lot of opinions. Like a driver or an expressive personality pretty much has a strong opinion about everything. We as amiables, we kind of go with the flow. But at some point we say, wait a minute, this particular piece is exactly, this is I feel very strongly about this. What catches individuals off guard that work around us as amiables is we're like an iceberg, and so we don't like conflict. And so we know that if we say something to someone, that may create conflict. We'll often ask, as I travel all over or all around the world and do seminars and coaching in personalities, what we find is that we'll ask, which of the four personalities is the most stubborn, and they'll say, the analytical, the driver, the amiable, but it's actually, or the expressive, but it's actually the amiable. When we look at the amiable personality, how do we take it to that next level of success? It's by understanding the deeper, the secondary personalities. So there's four major personalities. When we look at primary and secondary, there's 16. When we look at the primary, secondary, and third, there's 256. When we look at the two types, the pain and the geo, there's 65,532 possible combinations. The amiable personality can be the one that does resist the personalities. They don't like to choose. They don't like to. I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't like putting myself or other people in a box, and that's okay. It's not putting it in a box. It's understanding how we're developed, how we're designed, how we can understand. The amiable analytical personality. One of their greatest strengths is their primary is concern for people. Their secondary is attention to detail. Now, this type of individual, of the 16 personalities, this is the one you probably don't want to argue with because they are very stubborn, okay? But they also have a lot of data to back up all that stubbornness too. And so wonderful individuals, if we're an amiable analytical, as long as we're stubborn about the right things, it's okay. But there are times where we'll get locked into the wrong thing, and that's not good for us. It holds us back, and it hurts people around us, which we don't want to do. The amiable driver is an inner quadrant personality. They'll tend to have a fair amount of inner conflict because amiable is primary, so we're concerned for people. But the secondary personality is very driven. We want to accomplish something. We want to profit, speed, getting ahead. So how do we balance between the drive and the concern for people? When we're hot, when we're really on, we're just like a symphony. I mean, we're driving when we should, concerned for people when we should. It's an amazing thing. If we were to ask, which of the four personalities would tend to be the best at dealing with conflict, often people will say, well, it's the amiable. Actually, that's not quite true. The amiable is the best at preventing conflict. The driver personality is actually the best in dealing with conflict. Why, you might ask? Well, the driver has a lot of conflict in their life because they're direct with people. They don't mind being direct. So there tends to be a lot of conflict around the driver and the expressive personalities. So because they have a lot of conflict, they do well in dealing with it. The amiable is so proficient at avoiding conflict that they often don't have a lot of it. And when they do, we don't know what to do with it. The amiable driver will tend to have more. The amiable expressive has a double portion of energy, excitement, enthusiasm, dealing with people. So they love people, and they love the energy and the excitement in dealing with people. In working and coaching the amiable expressive, that double portion of people skills and energy is good, but it also holds them back because they get distracted because they're so focused on the people that they often don't get the task done. We will, as amiable, expressive personalities, will justify that in our own minds and say, well, this person needed help or this needed to be done, but we're not getting the task done. And when we don't get the task done, that hurts and harms people, which we don't want to do. The deepest amiable is the amiable personalities, so they're really less aggressive and they're very much focused on the people. And so these individuals that are very easygoing, I mean, just, hey, whatever happens, happens. And so they don't get riled about much. They sit back. They enjoy life. They enjoy people. They enjoy relationships. These individuals are very, very nice people. They will often be attracted to the driver personality. And the driver personality is totally opposite. So again, inner quadrant people tend to be attracted to other inner quadrant people, and outer quadrant people tend to be attracted to outer quadrant. Many times in personality assessment, companies make money on the test, so they have to make it complicated enough to where you can't do it without the test. Within personalities, what we want to empower you to do is to identify someone's personality within 15 seconds, because once we do that, we can meet them where they're at, connect with them at a very deep level, and make a huge difference in their business and their life in all aspects. And so as we go through the personality masteries, we trust that you'll take this and not only apply this to our business with our customers, but you'll apply it to relationships. You'll apply it in raising children. You know, I've been blessed with 7 children, ages 7 all the way up to 23 boys and 4 girls. And it has been a lifesaver for us. I mean, it's just amazing because I understand much better how they're designed and can parent them based on the design. That's not only true in parenting, but also true as it relates to mentoring and coaching and helping people within our company. The Personality Masteries is a wonderful tool to be able to provide to employees and to partners. And what we have a passion to do for you is to make a difference not only in your life, but in the lives of everyone that you're connected with as well. God bless and have a great day.